Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're back here at in Connecticut for the halftime of the Benfica Fiorentina game, 0-0 at the half. More Benfica than Fiorentina, I must say. A couple good opportunities for Benfica. Benfica touching the ball around, and that was something that Cristiano was pretty impressed with.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited the way they were playing. I like the fact that no matter what type of pressure they face in the back line, they touched the ball around and came out with the ball playing right in the foot. Absolute perfect way to play. I love it. So
Yeah.
I mean, I was surprised they didn't kick it, just get rid of it. A lot of times you see it, when in doubt, kick it out. They didn't do any of that. So I like the way they're playing so far.
Yeah, Kat, what about for you? What stuck out this first half?
Uh, think you hit the nail on the head earlier with Rodriguez. He's everywhere. Like the ball's here, he's here. Ball's here, he's here. He's constantly playing heads up. I mean, definitely very aware of what's going on around him and trying to set up to get the best placement to put the ball further down the field. And we really need that right now.
I thought he was pretty good too. Good touch on the ball, very combative, fighting, running around. Basically, he does what Lima does, but perhaps with a maybe a little bit more nose for the goal, I should say. Even though we haven't seen it. Both Ederson and Paul Lopes are warming up. I don't know if either one of them is going to be playing, but it looks like maybe Ederson is warming up like he's gonna. Uh, the face the face of somebody's combination in the middle. I thought that was okay. They were playing a little bit side to side. Maybe somebody's a little bit more ahead than Fesa. And I just thought that somebody's been given orders to carry the ball, and there was one time that he tried to carry the ball and he struggled a little bit to carry the ball because maybe he's just not used to that. He doesn't have the same type of ball carry that Pizzi offers. I think. Cristiano, I don't know if you saw anything as far as the Fesa and somebody's that you wanted to touch up on.
Facing did exactly what I thought he'd be doing, which is just try to control the midfield, be there defensively, which allowed Samaris to open up a little bit more going forward. But it's going to be side by side, face a little bit more defensive than Samaris. But that's what we all expected when we saw the switch today. So nothing really surprised me there.
Yeah. And Kat also had been watching Fiorentina carefully. Anything you want to point out as far as Fiorentina goes?
Fiorentina's basically attacking at least 70% from one side of the field. And we have a nasty habit of leaving Alonso open in front of the goal. And he shot a couple, and like the last one, I mean, Cesar was right there. But you can't keep leaving a player like him open and expect him to miss every time. You just can't.
Yeah. Only two field players warming up for Benfica right now. Looks like Kristant and Juricic. Kristant and Juricic are currently warming up on the field. They're touching the ball around. There is other players coming out. I think Nun Sanch is coming out. Also, Olajan is coming out. Anyway, for a preseason game, the game was pretty chippy. For a preseason game, a couple yellow cards, but the challenges have been very very season like, I should say. One challenge out on the flank on Andre Almeida that Fiorentina player picked up the yellow card, but it's a really rough challenge for someone in preseason.
Yeah, apparently he stomped on Benfica's players, but I wasn't paying attention, guys. I'd be lying to you if I told you I was. But from what I gathered, it's 5 yellow cards in the first half, and apparently a Benfica player got stomped on. Talisca, in which case, regular season, friendly, whatever it is, beach soccer, indoor soccer is unacceptable. So, hey, even referees make mistakes, guys. They're in preseason form as well.
Right. So let's see. Not like I said, not a lot of players from Benfica warming up. They're just arching the ball. Not really any intense warming up, which leads me to believe Benfica is going to come out for the second half with the same 11 or something a little close to what we saw in the first half. Also, don't forget that Benfica is playing today, which is Friday. They also play on Sunday, so most likely they will be switching up things come Sunday. Another team, so they're probably going to give more time to the guys that are playing right now, and then maybe mix it up on Sunday against the Red Bulls. About 8.5 minutes left to go in halftime. I don't know what else we could talk about. Anything that you wanted to mention, Mirla, that we didn't touch on?
It really seems like the energy on the field seems more like a Europa League game. I mean, that's the intensity is there from both teams, and it's a little bit surprising to me because it is preseason, but at the same time, it is kind of nice because we can see how each team reacts under pressure. I mean, I'm not a fan of the whole stomping, just no, but that's a rant saved for later. But just kind of surprised at that, really. I mean, they're putting on a show. It doesn't matter what it is. They're taking it seriously, and I think that's really says a testament to both teams and how how much they appreciate all the people that are actually here.
Yeah. Well, I think that also Fiorentina got beat up by PSG last game that they played, so they're out to prove something. For me, I think Benfica really has improved from the game we saw last weekend in Toronto. The passes are a lot crisper. There seems to be a certain a flow of play that we had, something that borders on what we could see mid-season. Of course, you still see some passes that are going the wrong direction, or sometimes guys not syncing correctly. But I thought overall the passing was pretty crisp, especially in the final third, with the guys finding other guys in space in the middle also. And as Cristiano mentioned, coming out of the back, Benfica is elected to come out of the back with the ball and control in a transition. And I think it's clearly an improvement. And I think that with this first half, Rui Vitória has to be really happy with what he's seen this first half, as far as the improvement and the evolution that the team has had within this week of training that they have done.
They look better today against Fiorentina's first team than they did on Saturday against Paris Saint-Germain's youth squad. It seemed like at times they had a bunch of young players in there, so things are looking better right now. What I'm most interested to see, and I'm trying to look out on the field, I want to see if my boy Adel Tarap's finally going to make his Benfica debut. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know if let me see. I was trying to think of something else that I was going to say, but Cristiano started talking, and then I lost my train of thought.
That's what I do. I make people lose their train of thought.
Yeah, but like I said, crisp passing. It looked like if you're watching the game right now, you know what I'm talking about. Between all the players, so it's looking good, and it's looking encouraging.
I still see Paul Lopes warming up. This dude better not play. All right. After what he did the other day in Toronto, he shouldn't even be warming up, let alone, he shouldn't even be on the field, let alone warming up. That's what I should say. Ederson should make his Benfica debut today, 100%, alongside, like I mentioned, Tarap and a few other guys. There's no reason why this guy should be warming up. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. It's the way I feel.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a little bit. I don't want to say unfair, but come on, it's the preseason. But
he's 39, 40, 50. He's not going to play. What's he warming up for? Go play in Tondela.
Like I was saying, it's got to be encouraging for Rui Vitória, what he's seen from the team so far in this first half. Let's see what happens in the second half, what changes he makes. But in the first half, I was happy. I just think that the only thing missing was goals, but I don't think we really created any chances. There was one chance.
Gaitan and Rodriguez hooking up along the side and then curving, and that was really nice.
Yeah.
But that was pretty early, and it doesn't seem to kind of be gelling after that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that that the team is worried about the passing and controlling the game with their passing, and I think that the incursions in the final third will then come later after that. The one thing that I forgot to mention that I wanted to mention, something that we mentioned last week with Steve saying about Benfica's transition out of the goal line or from the goal kick, and I thought it was curious Paulo Sousa sent to mark, so preventing Benfica from coming out of the back with the ball controlled and on their feet. Also, Fesa dropping down, they were marked by another guy. So somebody watching out and preventing us. And I think that Julio Cesar had to boot the ball a couple times just to get it out or just to get the ball in play. And I'm pretty sure that Rui Vitória is not something that Rui Vitória wants.
All that means Fiorentina's scouting department definitely earned their money because they were paying attention to what Benfica did against Toronto.
Well, yeah, not only that, I'm pretty sure that Paulo Sousa followed Benfica or seen that or has watched some film on Benfica that has made him make the adjustments. But that's where we are. About 3 minutes left to go and a half. Players are still touching the ball around, not really warming up. Keepers are working out. Both Ederson and Paulo Lopes are being worked out by the keeper coach, and that's where we're at. The staff here at Rentschler Field is preparing the field for the players to come out. I see now Fiorentina players, bench players, are coming out in their orange pennies and directing themselves to the subs bench. Also, I don't see Benfica's subs coming out, but they should be coming out shortly. And I think that's about it. We're hoping for a second half with perhaps not a lot of changes because it always screws up a little bit of the continuity and the fluidity of play as far as the starting team goes. But like Cristiano says, I'm looking forward to seeing Tarab coming in. A little bit more of Carcella because Carcella kind of disappointed me in the first game. And a couple other guys, Ronte Shida too. I thought that Ronte Shida could have been a little better in the first game, but it was only the first game of the season. So looking forward. Benfica bench players are now coming out onto the field and walking towards the bench. No sign of the starting teams yet, but there's about just a little bit over a minute and a half for the second half to get underway. So the both bench players of both teams are coming out right now and directing themselves to the bench. So second half again, hopefully not too many changes. It doesn't look like Rui Vitória is going to make changes right at the start of the half. Let's wait to see if anything is done as far as the 60-minute mark, which is usually when coaches like to touch up on teams and make changes. But we'll just have to see. But hopefully, Cristiano, Tarab plays.
Yeah, I've been bragging about this guy. The guy has a world of talent. Obviously, he's a knucklehead. He can't put it all together. But, like I mentioned a couple of times on the Benfica podcast, hopefully, something snaps in his head and he realizes that he's not going to have many opportunities to straighten out his career. Now that he gets to playing Champions League football, hopefully he turns it around. I mean, I'm a little bit concerned. If he won't play today, I'll be a little bit concerned. But I'm hoping that he does play today.
All right, here's a question for you, Cristiano. Tarab and Bebadu are at the bar together. Who drinks more shots?
That's a great question. Listen, I can't answer who to drink, but I can tell you who's definitely paying the tab, and that's Tarab. For sure.
All right. So Fiorentina is now coming on.
My man Dave just mentioned Tarab can't drink. He's Muslim, but he's been drunk. I mean, he's been spotted drunk, so I don't know.
Fiorentina is now coming on the field. The refereeing team is on the field already in the center of the pitch, and Fiorentina is coming on, and Benfica is not too far behind them. Let's see. It doesn't look like any changes. Samaris, Jonas, Gaetan, the rest of the guys, Fesa, Eliseo, they're all there. It looks like Luizão. All right, so I think that's it. So thanks a lot for checking us out at halftime. We we're not to check out
Tuesday night, same time, same badass place, 8:30, BenficaPodcast.com, YouTube. Steve will be there. Hopefully his internet's working fine. Nowadays, and I still have not shared my my thoughts and whatever and opinions of what happened over there in Toronto. But I just remembered I might not even be there. Never mind. So yeah, check us out regardless. Benfica Podcast, YouTube.com, whatever it is, right? You give out the good details. Tuesday.
Benfica Podcast.com
YouTube.
at 10CO10. What's your Twitter?
Twitter is Merla_cat.
And that's it.
Hey.
With the C. All right. Thanks a lot for checking us out and enjoy the rest of the half. See ya.